morning, everybody. Welcome back on this lovely Thursday, right? Today's Thursday. Oh my God, man, time goes by so fast. The 19th. We're almost. What we got? About it's actually a pretty long weekend. We got about 2 more weeks of trading, so a lot of good stuff going on. Hopefully everybody enjoyed this MDAI, and not only that, earnings announcements has been fun so far. I'm going to talk about Tesla. We're going to talk about Netflix. We're going to talk about AT&T. A lot of these stocks are moving. Very rarely we ever trade any of these stocks, but actually Tesla we trade a lot of. But we're going to have some fun talking about it. And also, I look forward because I'm going to be on NASDAQ today on their TV show. I'm going to talk about those. So don't forget, we'll post a link up there. It's live on Twitter. And I'm going to talk about NASDAQ Book Viewer. So hopefully everybody will get a chance to join us out there and also on social media. But in the meantime, good to see you too, Danny, Luciano, Lawrence, Raymond, Brian, Lita, all of you, everyone here in the Cyber Group room. Let's get right into it, okay? Let's talk about what happened yesterday. Now, I wasn't completely super excited yesterday, as in like Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday was a lot of fun. Wednesday, a couple of stocks were moving, nothing super spectacular, but there were a couple of good stocks that did move. I want to start off with the SPR. And this stock had a nice little move right here. Hold on, let me hide this here. We had a good move around 9 a.m. in the pre-market with this stock. It ran from about 1950, shot up all the way to about 22. And what died about this stock, it had a great pre-market, but then when the market opened up, it just kind of reversed right here down to 20. And it kind of had this really tough barrier to get past this 2175, 22. And, if you looked at level 4, big iceberg orders, big block orders, this is what we teach you. So, that really was that was really the roof of the stock going any higher. Michael, one of my old favorites. Yes, I heard about Goose. I remember the Goose jackets. I know they were public. I know. And you know what? It was a great short. And we'll talk about that too, Mike. We'll talk about Goose. I have my own little thing about talking about these stocks, and remember, is that you can't take things personal with these companies. If you build an attachment with a stock or a company and fall in love with their stock, it's obviously not going to work out too well. So anyway, that was a pretty decent stock. FFIE was also very, very inexpensive, very cheap stock. I think this one, great level 1 stock. Went up to about $1.27 in the middle of the day, shot up to about $1.50, and then at 2 o'clock, it ran from this 148 all the way up to a really nice 175. Just a very comfortable, inexpensive stock. If you're an advanced trader, you could trade several thousand shares of this stock. I mean, when you do the math, if you bought, let's just use simple math, 10,000 shares. 10,000 shares, the stock moves a penny, you make $100. Moves 10 cents, you make 1,000. So you do you do the math right there. 1,000 shares, 10 cents, $100, not terrible. But it was nice, it was comfortable, it was slow. That one worked out pretty well. Revvion was a great short yesterday. This stock is obviously not doing too well. Revvion is obviously picking up where Tesla took it off. We're going to talk about Tesla too, because earnings did come out on that yesterday. And Revvion obviously did not do well yesterday. It went from like $20 all the way down to 18. Making new lows. It was fun back in July when we ran to 14 up to 28, but you could see it. Kryptonite over here around $24. Back here in September, test it, and then obviously boom, big support levels right around here at this 1765, and it's holding here pretty close. I'm going to put that on our watch list though. I want to keep an eye on Revvion. So that is a very, very key number right there. If it does break that, this stock is finished. It's going to probably come all the way down to right below around the 15-ish price range, which would be a really nice short there. All right. So other than that, there was not that much going on. Now let's go talk about what's moving and what happened and what's going on today. I want to start off with Tesla. So I was here late in the after hours working on my presentation for NASDAQ because I wanted to kind of talk about Tesla. Tesla, I told you, is probably the most searched stock to trade on the internet. And this stock, if you look at it, it was just off the charts. Great iceberg orders. Now, I know it's expensive, and, we can always trade the warrant, the ETF, which is right here, which is TSLL. And what's so funny? I know so many people in the industry that didn't even know that Tesla had an ETF, but it trades. It's a lot less expensive. It's purposely there for some of you that can't afford to trade the stock, and then like, well, I can't afford it, so I'll trade the options. No, horse crap. Just go right to this one. You could trade the same thing, but this stock obviously earnings were not what they expected. Stock's taking a very big hit. When you hop over here on level 4, though, one thing that's great about Tesla, it's got the iceberg orders. You could see them right here. They're not usually, the algorithms do kick in once the market opens up. So you're not going to get a lot of orders in pre-market like you see this 74,000 share buyer at 220. Meanwhile, 226. I mean, I was taking screenshots at yesterday. At the 230s and 240s. I mean, this thing just kept going lower, lower, and lower. It broke a very key number right here. And let me bring up that number right there on Tesla. As a day trader, stock had a big support at 235. And you could see how it hit it. It went up, it hit it, and finally broke out when the market opened up. And I was watching this thing all the way up till 7, 8 o'clock last night. And let me blow this up a little bit bigger. I watched this thing, Fausto flag, everything. But once the market closed and past that, that's not a really good sign. Not a really good sign for Tesla. So you could see, but Tesla's got some support levels right around the 215-ish, which is about 10 points away. We're going to have fun watching the stock. And like I said, you could always trade the warrant. Another stock that we also were trading yesterday, which is also kicking in today, is a lot of the airlines. So a lot of the airlines we're moving to. United, all of them, American Airlines, was it AAL? All of these stocks, American Airlines just came crashing down. So they had earnings, and they're moving. So all of them started to come out with. Did Delta go down? Delta didn't have earnings, I don't think it too, but Delta obviously traded with it. You could see all of them, big runs ups in the summer, and now they're crashing down. Let me tell you a little trick that we used to do. We used to trade Toys R Us, and Toys R Us, where they make most of their money during the holiday season. Where they don't make most of their money, in the winter season. So we used to always trade it in the earnings announcements. And you know what? Maybe the airlines are the same thing. They run up in the summer, they crash in the winter. And then they pick up, when's everybody start jumping in? Around Christmas holidays, Thanksgivings. But in the wintertime, dead. So those are the best times to trade those stocks. But you could see they're coming to up, as a swing trader, they come up to some really, really nice support levels. All right, now regarding about a couple of the stocks that came out in news, AT&T. What the hell is going on here? AT&T is like the worst stock to trade. This stock doesn't go anywhere. The only thing AT&T does very well, it pays a good dividend. That's it. That's all it does. But shockingly, it had a good earnings announcement. And what's nice about it, if you look right here, big sellers started getting executed right around here, around the 15, 18. Big sellers right here early in the morning got executed. And what's nice about AT&T, you will get big orders out there. Like right now, you'll see a 46,000 share seller right now at 15.15. I could almost guarantee you that will be more in the hundreds and 200,000 share orders. I remember we traded it just about a couple of weeks ago. We saw the stock had 500,000 share iceberg orders, but it's going to take a lot to move AT&T. So AT&T is on the watch list. A stock that we never, ever trade. And shockingly, it's the 4th biggest percentage gainer on the NASDAQ, which is, I probably don't even remember the last time I've ever seen that. Maybe when it was back in the teens, in the double digits. But Netflix, great earnings. They beat earnings, after hitting all those people and in a way of raising their rates and stopping to share your user IDs, kind of worked out for it. Took a little bit of a beating all the way to 475, dropped down to 350, but it's doing pretty well. I personally will not trade Netflix, okay, because it's expensive. It's expensive, but we do day trade these. We do day trade options. So you could day trade the Netflix options. You could use the level 4 for it. We got the orders over here. You can see where they are. The algorithms are kicking in, but you can see 9,000. Everyone's here like 300, 500. So just be very careful of stock. Remember, we always focus on, being more conservative than be more speculative. It's all about risk to reward. But there are other stocks that are moving pretty well that are also on the small cap side that we're always a fan of. So there's this one stock right here that's moving to NDAI. So NDAI It's got it moved pretty well around 8 o'clock this morning, and then started building up a Fausto flag. I like it because it's holding here consistently. It looks like it's doing something what we call consolidating. So that one doesn't look bad. MDAI. We keep an eye on that one, putting that on the watch list. ICU, another one that's moving too. You got orders that started showing up around 118 and 126, about 64,000 shares. Orders out there, obviously, that's right around here. You can see that. Let me blow this up. Stock had a really good move yesterday, too, by the way. I forgot to mention that one, ICU. But nice little stock, nice little push, hitting resistance, very inexpensive. We'll put ICU on this list, too. If you're a beginner trader, you're just starting out, this might be up your alley. Now, MTC, listen, this stock looks unbelievable on the long-term trade. Stock was at 50 cents, already at $1.50. It's up 300% in the past week. But if you look at the intraday chart, it's not an easy stock to trade. Tier size is small. To be very, that's something that we're not going to look at. We need volatility. No volatility. No, we're going to stay away from it. Losers, anything going on here? This one's still taking a big hit right here. There's Tesla, second biggest loser, percentage gainer. New York Stock Exchange, Autumn, AUMN. Looks like a pretty decent stock. Another golden material stock. Not terrible. Cheap, very nice, inexpensive, trending up. Metal stocks obviously doing pretty well. You saw what's going on with gold. You saw what happened with Posh and, Pan American Silver. Those stocks are doing pretty well. We'll keep a close eye on this too. I mean, I'll put this on the B list, AUMN. I mean, I don't like that it moved late in the middle of the day, right around here, but we're always kind of focused early in the morning. But the long-term chart, you could see, obviously looks pretty good. AT&T's there. Snap is there. Las Vegas is doing pretty well. They had good earnings yesterday too, but that stock took a big hit, 60 down to 45. Could be a good swing trade. Going back over here, you could see big support levels. Not really the easiest stock to day trade. It might be today, but we always find something new that might pop up. We got a pretty good, decent list, actually. And then we'll talk about Goose. So Goose, if anyone knows what it is, Canadian, those big jackets with the big hood, and stuff like that. They were doing great. Love that stock. When it first came out, everyone was all over it. The smartest thing they ever did was go public. You could see that stock right here. If I go back, it's been around for a while, since 2017. It was $20. Stock ran all the way to 70. During the COVID, went right back down to supports around 14, went back up to the 50s again. But when you look at it, it's not looking good at all. Now the stock broke all-time lows. So when you break all-time lows, we know where support level is, 0. Now, could it go to 0? No, but don't think about averaging down. Don't think about but maybe it's a good deal here. When it's on uncharted territories, you talk about this in class. I was taught this by my mentors being here in New York. You got to stay away from it. You know what I mean? It is shortable, but keep an eye on Goose because $11 going down to 6, because 6 points is a lot. Okay, is a lot. All right. Anything I'm missing I did not call out? Anything else? I see somebody. Yes, I saw you around 91K right before 4 p.m. Oh, you mean you're talking about the KG from YouTube? You're talking about Tesla? I'm sorry, I just saw that right now. Anything else we're missing? Global warming. No need for down coats. Well, I don't think it's more the down coats. I think it's more of a status thing. It's just more of a fashion thing. I think, Samuel. But I know they were popular where I live. But I don't know. Maybe they got to change their look. Maybe they got to be more like the North Face. North Face changed their look. North Face had that really cool looking jacket, and everybody got played out. And then all of a sudden, everybody tried to buy it. I don't know if anybody knows North Face. But listen, market's going to open up in 15 minutes. So let's get ready. So don't forget, today we're going to be trading live. We're going to be doing auto commentary from 9:30 to 10:30. If you're watching social media, if you have your phone, you got the link up there. Just click on that QR code. If you're watching recording, you can always, join us whenever you want. I know we have a lot of new traders that came in from last week. We have hundreds of new people that are here that have been joining us. And once again, remember, this is a trading room, not a teaching room. Just sit back and watch. And cyber traders, let's show them how we do it. All right, guys, Let's see if we can recruit new traders, see if it's for them or not. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. And don't forget to watch me at 1 o'clock at NASDAQ. We're going to talk about level 3. All right. We'll see you then. In the meantime, otherwise, we'll see you in 15 minutes.